Hey there, BeKindRewind, and congratulations on 300 subscribers. That is amazing. Trust me, it took me a lot longer to get there, so you're doing something that's really, really right. And I can't say I'm surprised. Your channel's been pretty fantastic from the beginning, and your opening is exquisitely awesome. So, favorite science fiction film? I thought about this, and just finished doing some studying, and actually found some kind of cool way to actually get some of this into my head. I found some great lessons online. But back to the question. Favorite science fiction film? Well, there's certain things that I had to exclude right away. Some people might go about saying a film like Star Wars. And I love Star Wars. The original trilogy is fantastic. However, I don't see it as science fiction. I see it as science fantasy. It's very much a fantasy adventure oriented thing. So Star Wars is the other way. Then there's Alien. And I see Alien more as a slasher movie in space. Aliens is more science fiction-y than Alien, but the first Alien didn't quite cut that science fiction thing for me. So I wanted something that was more science fiction-y. And then I thought about Dark City, and that was definitely science fiction, but it also has that sense of noir. So it's almost like a science fiction noir, kind of like Blade Runner. So I was kind of limiting myself on which way to go. And then I thought about my favorite science fiction movie of all time. And it fit the criteria of being more in the science fiction category than, say, fantasy and action adventure and noir, or, it was science fiction. It was like scientific fiction that, I guess in some way maybe could become reality. I'm not sure become reality, but you know what I mean. It's more steeped in science. And there were two, but I wanted to pick one that the one that was in my collection, and I realized that I didn't have the one that I was thinking of, which was 2001 on Blu-ray. I thought I had it, but apparently I got to rebuy that, so I'm probably going to end up getting that Stanley Kubrick collection down the road. And I got to say, The Hunt looks amazing. And when I saw The Hunt there, I want The Hunt. So this is why I'm doing this contest. Well, not that, and because honestly, I love contests and contest videos. And dude, you've got an awesome channel. But my favorite science fiction, I still like I'm going around and around about not saying it. Maybe it's like heightening the suspense. Maybe it's because it's after 3 o'clock in the morning. But either way, my favorite is the original Planet of the Apes. A classic science fiction film and a true science fiction film. Charlton Heston is incredible in this film here. The cinematography in this is phenomenal. And you don't really get how good it is until you actually go and see this in the theater again. Recently I went to a film festival. I've mentioned it on my channel a few times. I went to like a retro film festival that they did here. And one of the movies I got to see was Planet of the Apes for the first time in theater. Because I wasn't old enough, wasn't born when the movie came out. I saw it through TV and VHS over the years, and was a fan of the TV series and the cartoon. But the original Planet of the Apes was incredible. Such an amazing story, great ending. Roddy McDowell, Kim Hunter, Maurice Evans, just such fantastic, dare I say, it's 3:30 in the morning, fantastic portrayals. And this is also one of my favorite Blu-rays. Not only does this one have the fantastic science fiction film Planet of the Apes, it also has a Behind the Planet of the Apes documentary. A really, really good, thorough, over 2-hour long documentary on the entirety of the series Planet of the Apes. So if you don't have this one, BeKindRewind, I highly recommend that you get it. It's really awesome. Planet of the Apes in its day was definitely a technological marvel. The ape outfits, masks, and were so incredibly done. Maurice, of course, Evans took over the place for Edward G. Robinson, was originally supposed to be in that role. He even done makeup tests in it, I think. It's on here. And I've just always loved this movie. It really caught my it's one of the things that made me love this genre was this film. And ironically, my better half has no love for this film at all. She was not a fan. It bothers her that, you know, animals, and she's very in tune with animals, and the cruelty done to man, and you know, seeing how it kind of relates to animals, cruelty to animals, it affected her. But still, that was in a good way. That's because it was well done, it was well made, and I love this film. It's one that I can watch. It's not a short film, but I can just put it on almost any time, and I can just immerse myself into it. I was so happy to see that he made Rise of the Planet of the Apes and did it right, and that was a really good film. As I was disappointed with Tim Burton's remake, which was horrifically bad, and the ending was so much wasted potential, especially for someone like Burton. But to this day, Rise, no matter what comes out, this movie here, the movie I saw when I was younger, the movie that I remember sitting down and watching, and when we get the TV guide, and when this one would come up, because it would be like the list at the beginning of the TV guide, they would tell you all the movies that were coming on that week. Every time this one came on, I would there was like a little channel thing there, I would shade it in, and track it, and wait for it to come on. And if it was late at night, or on a Saturday, or a Sunday, or maybe a school night, I'd find a way to sit down usually with a big bowl of Count Chocula, because that was my go-to cereal when I was a kid. That's what I would watch my movies with. Unfortunately, you can't get around here anymore. But this is my favorite science fiction movie of all time, and one of my favorite movies of all time. The Fantastic Planet of the Apes. I missed it as a box set a while back, so I'm going to probably down the road try and pick it up, because it's a fantastic movie. And if you don't have this edition, I highly, really do seriously recommend it. It's a fantastic film. The documentary on this is probably one of the best that you're ever going to see. And again, congratulations on 300 well-deserved subscribers. Have a great night. Before I conk out, which I can't do because I got to do some more studying, so I guess it is time for tea.